Today I am going to discuss about exercise under chapter number 4 Determiners class 8 ICC course. So let us start. Fill in the blanks with suitable interrogatives. So interrogatives are used for asking questions like which, who, whose, where. So these are some examples of interrogatives. Now we will proceed further with the exercise of interrogatives. First one, dash lesson are you talking about? So here the answer will be which, because if someone asks that of which lesson you are talking about, means the meaning is same na, that we are talking about any kind of lesson. So asking questions will use which. Then second one, under dash supervision you have left the toddler. So toddler means the cart in which some vegetables, and when you go shopping you kept the things you buy. So here someone is asking that under supervision what type of toddler you are using. So that's why the answer will be under whose supervision have you left the toddler. Then dash bag has been stolen. So here the answer will be whose, because we will ask the question that whose bag has been stolen. Then fourth one, dash girl has been chosen for this role. So here for asking the question that who has been chosen for a role, so we will use which girl has been chosen for the role. Then dash bananas do you want? So here asking questions will use how many, because banana is there, so how from the question, and quantity is represented by many, so that's why how many. Then dash subject is her favorite. So here asking questions we have to use which subject is her favorite. Then seventh one, dash train has been delayed. So we have to ask the question that which of the train has been delayed. So the answer will be which train has been delayed. Then eighth one, dash opinion do you have on this subject. So we have to ask about that who is having how many opinions for that subject, any kind of subject. So we'll use what opinion do you have on this subject. The ninth one, dash students have volunteered for this assignment. So you have to ask the questions that why students has been volunteered. So the answer is for the assignment, so that's why we will use why. Then dash permission is required for joining the exclusion. So we will ask about whose permission is required for joining the execution, talking about whom we will ask. Then rewrite the sentences after correcting the errors. How many children ran out of this classes? They saw smoke coming out from the building. Answer will be many children ran out of their classes when they saw smoke coming out of the building. So this is because as a unusual article used here which is not needed, so we have to remove it. Then second one, you have to add any salt in the dish to make it more delicious. So here the answer will be you could add some salt to the dish to make it more delicious, because if we use any means any type of salt we can use in the dish, but in how many quantities it is not represented, so that's why any is not required here, so we will use some in place of any. Then third one, a few boys were talking to the new students in the class. So the answer will be a few boy were talking to a student in the class, because A is representing here the number or quantity, we can say in a usual way. Not quantity is described, but we can say some of the hints are being depicted here. Then fourth one, who cut down those trees? So those and these both determiners are used when there is plural sentence, and here who cut down those trees? They are not trees, so we will use this tree. Then fifth one, the little hard work now go to a long way by ensuring a bright future. So the answer will be a little hard work now will go to the long ensuring bright future. So here the is not required because the article the is used where a specific person is being depicted, like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru. So we will use on that sentence the, like the greatest freedom leader Mahatma Gandhi is now died. So that's why we will use there the, but here we'll use a. So these are some question answers we discussed. In next video we'll proceed further with another exercise. Thank you.